door is shut.
He's a reporter, officer. Ow, ow, ow!
Back up. I'm telling you it's locked.
Stay back, back, back.
If you want to get out, we'll let you out. Nobody's out.
No smiling. You're most stand. Don't go nowhere. Okay, go. He said go back in. Go back in. Go back in. The officer grabbed my arm and wouldn't let me bring. See, the police are in front of the door. It's not even closing time right now, and we're very concerned because we think it's really important that during the Republican National Convention that there's freedom of the press, that they're able to feel safe to cover whatever issues that they want to cover, and we fail to live in a democracy when we do things like deny the press the ability to cover the stories that are happening. Yesterday on Harriet Island, so that's why we decided to move in here into the Capitol, and what's happened is they've locked the doors, and a photographer is desperately trying to get in, and they can't get into the building.
You're going to be detained pretty quick.
You don't care. You don't care. Yes. Are these media people?
No, they're not.
Yes, it's media. It's media. You're being denied access.
No.
It's not closing time for the Capitol. You're being denied access in here.
It's not closing.
Because the building is closed for security reasons right now. I told you that already.
No, you never told us that.
No, you never.
What are the security reasons? No. I want my lawyer to be able to come in and do legal observation.
She can come out.
No, he has a right to come in. He has a right to come in. And that's the press. I've never heard of a Capitol building closing during opening hours.
Unless you choose to leave on your own, we'll have to remove you.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you this. We're going to leave this building because clearly the way that this officer manhandled me, we don't want that happening to other women and children that are in this building. This is a public building. This should have never have happened, and we will be filing a complaint.
Very good.
Okay, let's go, guys. Of how the only way, if I was attending the convention here, I would have never been touched, and these doors wouldn't have been closed. I'm an American, and I have rights just like any other human being. And all of us are human beings, and we're no different than anybody else. And we should have been treated with the same kind of respect and dignity walking through this door. And this is not a good lesson to our children, especially to go into a Capitol building where politicians work for us. And to teach this kind of civic lesson that this is how you're treated, this should not have happened.
Excuse me, sir.
And if you're in charge, I would...
Get up for your rights.
Chief.
Okay.
Get up, stand up, and don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Get up.
works here.
Now, a photographer in who was showing his press credentials on the door. They grabbed me, the officer grabbed me right here with this beginning bruises here, and violently pulled me back and locked the door, locked us in. And then we immediately called our lawyer, and our lawyer came over and showed his legal observer badge on the window, and our legal observers were not allowed in as well. As you can see, we're not very large. And we got kids here, and the reporters of this city and this country need to have their own press conference, because we gotta stop throwing reporters into elevators, taking footage away from filmmakers and photographers and videographers who are just trying to tell everyone's story, not just the story of the Republicans that are coming here for the convention. The story of families losing their homes to foreclosure, the story of families that are homeless, people that don't have access to health care. We have a right to tell these stories too. And reporters that are trying to tell the other kinds of stories that are happening in the state of Minnesota shouldn't have to be manhandled in this process. We fail to live in a democracy when we no longer have freedom of the press. And for poor people, we don't have money like McCain does for lobbyists. The only thing we have is our cardboard signs and our voice. And we can't allow that to be taken away from us. And we're not going to allow it to be taken away from us. So people can try to marginalize us and say that this is senseless, but it's not senseless. Dr. King said one time that the most American thing is the right to protest for rights. And that's what we're doing today, is that we're standing up and saying that this is wrong. It's wrong to, first of all, be doing what's happening to these families, and secondly, it's wrong to be hiding it. So we're going to continue to endure the sprinklers that were turned on us last night, the circling of 200 police officers, the constant threats, the physical stuff with my arm today, the denial of us access to our attorney, because we're not going to be afraid.